Hello, doers. My name is Jose Ignacio. Have you ever been to a show or an event and wondered to yourselves, how the heck do they get everything running smoothly for the sheer number of people there? No? Well, I wondered, and that's enough. So today's video covers events and how you can use them to gain leads. Daring Design, a popular interior design company in Los Angeles, routinely takes advantage of the benefits of hosting top notch events. Their biggest annual event, the Interior Design for Los Angeles, or IDFLA for my acronym lovers, happens to attract partners and attendees from all over the country. So, we're actually going to cover their workflow. So, we're going to first start by creating and managing the event for this demonstration. So, enough chit chat, let's hop right into it. So, we are on the main dashboard of the Audio Events application. And here we actually have various events in different stages, and it's all in a nice default Kanban view. Under each event, we can see the number of expected attendees. We can even see the location, as well as who's assigned to the event. We can also schedule an activity by selecting our little icon in the bottom left right there if necessary. I'm actually going to open up the Interior Design Fair Los Angeles 2025, and yes, it is a mouthful. So this is the event for any type of event that you have. Up at the top, we have a ton of smart buttons. And I'm actually going to click on one of these to show you something. We're going to click the tracks. This is actually a pretty nice one because Daring Design knows quality speakers and topics are what make an event great. So they encourage partners to submit talk proposals. That way they could share their knowledge and expertise with attendees. These are all the talk proposals this event has so far. And it's pretty stacked if I do say so myself. But for now, we're not going to actually deal with this. If you wanted to, you can select new and you can make your own proposal. We're going to use the breadcrumbs to go back to our events. And now this time, we're actually going to select our More Smart button and we're going to click on Sponsors. This is the area where if you needed to, you can actually add all your sponsors for your event. This is where you're going to find them and you can put vendors, etc. over here. Selecting new at the top allows you to place them. All right, let's go back. We're just going through this right now so I could show you everything that you can do here. Once again, we're going to select more and this time rooms. Oh no, it's empty. Was that an O doopsie? No, it's an oh, Jose Ignacio is going to show us something. So these rooms allow attendees to gather and engage with one another, just so that they can share information about a particular topic or ask some expert questions during the event. So as you can see right now, we don't have any rooms. So let's quickly create one by selecting new in the top left. All right, got to pick up topic. We're going to pick essential 2025 trends. Really striking. The goal here is to get people vibing in a space where attendees feel inspired to share their ideas and maybe even their predictions about what's coming next in the design world. So for the summary that we have right there, I'm going to keep it short. I'm just going to talk. Let's talk about trends for 2025. There we go. Now, since we want this to be an intimate discussion, I'm going to cap the room, which we can actually put over here at 20 for our max capacity. Now, let's see how this room will appear to our attendees. So, I'm actually going to hit the Go to Website Smart button. And look at that, it's loading our room. And just like that, I'm actually going to allow this to work right now. You could see me and you could see everything inside of this meeting. It's clean, professional, and fancy and easy to navigate. And that's pretty cool, right? So next, let's just actually return to our events. All right, enough breaking of the fourth wall by yours truly. This time, I think we're going to head back into our event and we're going to focus on our communications tab over here because this is where we can configure automated communications tied to the event. Let's set up an email that gets sent out the moment somebody registers, just so that they can confirm their spot and get them excited. We're going to select add a line. And in this first little area, we're going to keep it on mail, but you can do SMS and social post. I'm feeling a little bit lazy, so we're actually going to select the event registration confirmation template. And for our unit that we have over here, we're not doing hours, days, weeks, months. We're doing immediately. And the trigger is going to be after each registration. You can also do before the event or after the event. We like to give you options. And then just click away. And like that, it's ready to go. Now let's move on to our questions tab over here. These are actually the questions your attendees will see during their registration process. And here's a quick Jose Ignacio tip. If once per order is checked off, selected, like you see inside of one of these, of Question will only be asked once, and the response will apply to everyone included in the order. Now, if it's not selected, the question is asked individually for each attendee. This gives you the flexibility to gather specific information depending on your event's needs. So you can close this out. All right. Now let's take things a step further and make sure we're not missing any opportunities. Events like this can be a goldmine for lead generation. After all, these attendees are already showing interest in your brand, your message, or your product. So why not automate that follow up process? So to do that, I'm going to head over to configuration up at the top and lead generation. Oh no, it's empty. Is that on purpose? Yes, because guess what? We're going to set up a new rule by selecting new at the top. We're going to fill in these details leads, dash, design fair, because I keep saying the full long name. Now, we're going to select create per attendee in this case. And for our when attendees are created. Now, if you also hover this little question mark, it'll often tell you, guess what? Nice little tips about what each option means. It's another Jose Ignacio tip. So for this section that says for any of these events, we're going to select a template of conference because this was a conference and the actual event is the one that we wanted to. If you don't set anything here, you don't have parameters. And if you don't have parameters, you're not using Odoo's strengths. Now we're also going to add a condition over here. We're going to select our first one, email. And then we're going to select email list sets. We like them to have an email. Okay, so for our lead type that we have over here, it's just going to be lead. Our sales team is going to be America. Just follow along as I'm doing this too. And for our tags, design fair, and then created by event. It'll make it kind of easy to keep track of these. All right, we're going to save this. And now we're cooking. All right, the event is planned, polished, and ready to go live. Now it's time to spread the word. Our primary outreach is going to be, well, you guessed it, social media is king. It's going to be our main promotional powerhouse supported by email and other online channels. So we're back over here inside of Odoo, and we're going to open up the social marketing application. Inside of here, we see a lot of other things like our campaigns, our posts, and everything. And speaking of campaigns, we're going to make a new one. So let's click campaigns up at the top and select new in the top left corner. Okay, so we got to start things off with a name. I'm going to select IDF Los Angeles 2025. We're going to change up the naming of it this time around. I'm going to keep the default responsible user, and we're going to add tags like annual and events. And with that, we are done, Odooers. Now that it's created, we're going to click into it over here because it's time to spice it up. Here we can manage all the content for this event. Social posts, emails, SMS, push notifications. Honestly, the list goes on. By grouping everything into a single campaign, we keep everything organized and we can track performance metrics all in one place. So next, we want to guide potential attendees to the right place. So I'm going to add a direct link to the event registration page and all of our calls to action. To grab that link, I could use the website app, but instead, I'm going to jump back into events, select our IDFLA, and then the green go to website button. Ooh, would you look at that? Now from right here, while we're on the event page, I'm going to click register right there. And oh, would you look at that? One of the nice things actually is we could register from any of the pages while we're browsing over here. So how do we actually take people to the main thing? It's a nice pop-up for registration now. So let's stick to our introduction area over here, since people can actually register from any of the pages thanks to those pop-ups. So now let's get back over to our main database, select social marketing, campaigns. You're following along very well. And we're going to go back in here. Okay, now we have our link. This time around, we're going to select add post. And perfect. So inside of here, we're going to post this across Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Since YouTube is going to require a couple of other things, I'm going to leave that deselected for now. I'm going to paste our event registration link into our message field right there. And there we go. Ooh, it's actually showing it right there. And now I need to upload our image file. We're going to select that real quick. It's going to be pretty nice, trust me. Ooh, it's a little bit cut off, but this looks great. What's great here is actually that Odoo lets us publish to all of those selected platforms at once. We don't actually have to jump around between tabs or apps. But right now, I'm actually going to leave this as a draft because we're going to hold off from posting for now. I'd like to fine tune the message with a strong call to action and maybe a draggable UTM link to monitor all of these things more closely. So for now, we're going to preview what our audience will see. I'm going to click on one of these nice little preview posts, and so we followed that social post, and here we are on the website. I have this nice countdown up at the top, all the information I need, and if I'd like to, once again, it looks like I can check everything out and hit register, and now here I am on this pop-up. All right, I'm going to select our standard ticket, one of them. I have money, so I don't need the free one. All right, and now we're going to register. I'm going to fill this out. I'm going to change some of the stuff. Jackson. A nice name right there. And would you look at that actually? We have our questions right here. No. Fun stuff. I learned about it from your website. All right, we're all set. Now we can just go to payment right there. And once that we're all set, we've typed everything in. We just confirm this all through and we select pay now. And just like that, doers, we're all ready to go. I'm registered for my event and I get this nice registration confirmation page. And everything is fully trackable. Let's not forget that Odoo integrates with a wide range of payment providers as well. Whether it's Stripe, Authorize.net, or traditional bank acquirers, the system is built for flexibility. We've got our confirmation right here, and it is beautiful. With all of that out of the way, I'm actually going to head back on over to our events application and select the design fair. And this time we're going to click on our attendees. But I want to make a quick note. If we are to assume that you have an attendee and they've done our registration confirmation, this number over here for our attendees is going to go up. And would you look at that? It just so happens to be that Jackson has actually fulfilled that. And here they are. But how do we confirm attendance? Well, if we go into any of these, we just hit attended right there and move on. We can also just click on the actual stage over there. Just to speed this up, I'm going to confirm every single person here. And this will all make more sense in a second when we use our breadcrumbs to go back over here. Now, another quick note is the visibility thing once again. Now, do recall, this is a very important field. If you have this set up right now to the public, well, this event is going to be visible to everyone. If you need them to be logged in, that's how they find it. Or maybe they just find it via a link. Once again, make sure you have the right settings for that option. I always like to make that type of warning. So, would you look at that? Hold the phone. We have 5 leads now. And would you look at that? Over here up at the top. This is why I was confirming them earlier. Our lead has already been created. And inside the lead, we see our questionnaire. Our responses are right there. The tags, everything has been assigned properly by our lead gen rule as well. No extra work was needed. From here, I can easily convert this lead into an opportunity with one click by selecting convert to opportunity over here. And then if I would like to merge them, and from here on, if I wanted to, I could also send a quotation right from this page using the new quotation button. And of course, this process can be repeated for any other leads generated from the event. Now, I'm going to show you another way to access these leads. So I think it's time for us to head on over to the CRM application. So over in the CRM application over here, we're very present. We can actually just jump directly into the leads menu. And we can narrow it down with a quick custom filter to only show leads from our design fair. So first, up at the very top, if you have anything inside of the search bar, get rid of it. We're going to select our nice little arrow down and add a custom filter. So for this one, in our first field, I'm going to select tags. And then for the second box, I want you to do contains from the list. And what are we going to pick here? Design fair. And then hit add. Look at that, Odooers. Here is our filtered list, clean and easy. Now, once the event wraps up, Daring Design takes the next step, collecting feedback. They use Odoo survey and email marketing applications to hear from the attendees, qualify their leads, and honestly fine-tune their next event strategy. I think it's time for us to build that feedback loop together. So from the surveys dashboard, which is the next application we're heading into, I'm going to click new in the top left. And this time we got to create our post-event survey. We're going to call this one interior design. I'm shortening this at this point. We have said it too much. Satisfaction survey. Jesus. All right, there we go. We're going to add a few questions, which I'm going to copy and paste because, again, all of these are getting pretty long. We're going to keep it simple. Our question is, are you likely to participate in one of our events in the future? Our options for this one, I think we're going to select only one answer, multiple choice, and we're going to add a line. We're going to do yes. We're going to do no. Pretty simple right there. Save and new. Okay, now for our second question, we're keeping these pretty simple, honestly. How likely are you to tell your friend about this event? Likely, and now unlikely. Save and new once again. It's just good to do this. But then for this last one, I think it's time for us to change it up. I want to really hear them. I want to see poetry. So we're going to select what did you like most about the event? And for this one, we're going to select multiple lines text box. We want the big answer, and we're going to give them guidelines. I'm going to tell them, please share your raw thoughts. All right, save and close. There we go. Everything is perfect. Now, if we'd like to, we can select share. And would you look at that? We have a nice little copy survey link that we can use right there. And that makes it easy for our follow-up emails via the email marketing app. So I'm going to copy this link right here, and we're going to hit close. And just like that, we're going to head straight into email marketing over here. All right, I'm going to click new. Time for us to create a new one. So this app uses the same drag and drop builder as the website app, which makes creating emails both intuitive and kind of feels like cheat codes, to be honest with you. So we're going to set this up. We want your feedback. Nice little call to action right there. IDFLA 2025, because we're getting pretty tired here. So for our template over here, I'm thinking a welcome message. It's pretty simple. Up at the top, we can select our logo, but I don't want to. Joining IDFLA. I want to add a little bit of flavor text just to make this look a little bit more real. But I'm going to spice this up, and I'm going to say message asking for feedback. And you're going to see why I'm doing this in a second. I am really lazy. We're going to actually hit the Gen AI over here. We're going to hit lengthen. There we go. And we're going to insert right there. Just like that, we just used AI to save us time. And we're going to put our link right there up at the top. And once that we're done and this looks all good to go, we hit save. And we need a recipient list though. So right now our recipients happens to be just set to our mailing list. But I actually want event registration right there. And now you'll notice we started to have the options for stuff such as rules. Well, I think for this one, I want to select events. And then once again, contains. And I'm going to put the word design right there. And I need one more rule. So for the second one, I'm going to select attended. Because if we have this one as well, it'll make it a little bit easier. And we're going to put less than or equal to, pick our nice little date right there and apply. All right. So this targets people who not only registered, but actually are going to show up to the event. And that way their feedback is going to be pretty nice for us. You notice the list just went down pretty far. Finally, I'm going to assign this email to the actual campaign, the IDFLA 2025. So once that we do that, it makes it a little bit easier for us to just kind of track it. So right here is where you want to set it up and select it in our settings. Now that we're all done, all we have to do is just hit send, maybe do some A/B tests if we'd like to, anything else. So configuration, what do we need to make all of this happen? Great question. I'm going to walk you through all of it. Now, in addition to the apps we've been using, make sure that you've got invoicing or accounting and e commerce installed. These are essential for processing online payments for event tickets. If you plan to send SMS notifications, don't forget the SMS marketing application as well. Now, for ticketing, you're going to want to set up your tickets up as products. To find them quickly, we're here on the main dashboard. Now, we're going to head into products. We're just going to type it in and select it there. All right, so here we can see all of our products. We're going to open up this event registration one right here. Now, inside of here, you'll notice our product type over here is set to service and create on order is set to event registration. You could change this depending on which type of ticket or item you are selling. Because if you'll notice, when we go over to event booth, create an order, an event booth. You can also attach different types of price lists if you prefer for, special pricing for VIPs and discounts if you'd like on any of these products this way. Now, if you want to link your social media accounts, you're going to jump out of here. And then this time around, we're going to open up the social marketing application. And up in the top left, we're going to select add a stream. And then you follow the connection steps. It's incredibly straightforward. All right, we're going to close out of this now and go back home. And this time around, we're going into our events application, configuration, and then settings. I need to give you a quick rundown of the features that we enabled for this event. Okay, starting from the top left, schedule and tracks. This was for sessions and sponsors. We have our community chat rooms for attendee engagement. We also have our tickets and online ticketing options over here. All of these features work together to create a smooth professional experience from start to finish. And I'd also like to mention, though we did not cover it today, one of the options that you also have in the event that, say, you have a ticket booth at your event center, we have the options to sell tickets with point of sale. For more information on that, please follow the documentation links below. And you're all set. It's done. You've got everything you need to launch your next event and turn it into a powerful lead generator. So go ahead and start exploring, start building, and start connecting with your audience. Remember to check out the rest of our e-learning videos to learn more about the apps that we use today. See you soon, Odooers. Go grab a snack.